Hey, you ever been asked to do something the world had never seen? Probably not. But what if you were asked to do just that? What would you do? How would you respond? In today's video, we hear how one man responded when God asked him to do something the world had never seen before. Alright, let's dive into the story of Noah's Ark. Once upon a time, God looked down at the earth and saw that humanity had turned wicked. Genesis chapter 6 verse 5 says, "The Lord saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every intent of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually." In response, God said, "I am going to destroy them from the face of the earth." But before he did that, God said, "I'm going to choose one man, Noah, and I'm going to ask him to build an ark. And that ark will be the salvation for him and his family and the animals on earth." So God told Noah to build an ark, and Noah began to build it. But while he was building this massive boat, all of his neighbors thought he was crazy. They mocked him and they laughed at him, but Noah didn't care what people thought. He kept building the boat because God had told him to do it. And when it was finished, God said, "You are to bring into the ark two of every kind, male and female, to keep them alive with you. And you are to keep yourself, your sons, and your wife, and your sons' wives with you." So Noah did exactly what God told him to do. He brought the animals onto the boat, 2 by 2. Then he, his sons and his wife and the daughters-in-law got on the boat as well. After everyone and everything was in the boat, God closed the door. Then the rain came, and it poured for 40 days and 40 nights. The rain flooded the earth. The water rose, and it kept rising until the whole world was covered in water. But after the floodwaters receded, God remembered Noah and all the animals and birds. And when the door of the ark opened, Noah and his family stepped out onto dry ground. They had survived the flood. Then God said, "Never again will I curse the ground because of man. For the imagination of man's heart is evil from his youth. Neither will I destroy it again by water. But it shall be, if I make a cloudy day on the earth, that the sun shall not shine in it, nor any fair weather. Nor shall the rain be the same as in the days that are past, when I divided the earth." And he said, "This is the sign of the covenant I am making with you, and all living creatures with you, male and female, for all future generations. I have set my rainbow in the clouds, and it will be the sign of the covenant between me and the earth." You know, sometimes when things get really hard, it's easy to forget what God has promised. But God made this rainbow, and he reminded Noah and the whole world that he will never again destroy the earth with a flood. Hey, remember, no matter what happens, God is faithful. Sometimes God will ask us to do things that seem crazy, impossible even, like build a boat that's never been built before. But if we trust God and we obey him, he will help us. And if we stay obedient, he will help us through whatever we're facing. Remember, God is faithful. Hey, thanks for watching this episode of God's Big Story. If you want to watch again or share with your friends, you can head over to our channel. We've got lots of videos there that will help you remember God's big story so you can tell it to others. See you next time!